The only reason the society hate people who ask questions is because when you ask questions, you're defying almost God. And when I say God, I'm not trying to be blasphemous, but I'm talking about the society, because the society that we have today is like they want you to worship them. They want you to worship every bullshit that's going on, all the ideals and things that has nothing to do with you. So whenever you ask a question, and actually, if you want to know that you actually are on the door of being rebellion, is when you start asking questions. Not only do you question your reality, not only do you question your morality, not only do you question, your outcomes and what you're getting in life, but you start questioning your mind, you start questioning people, you start questioning things that you've did for so long. That's what happened to me, That's what happened to me. See, I looked at my life and I looked at things that I was going through, and I realized, like, look, yes, they want me to be like this. They want me to listen and be this kind of a man. But this is not working for me. Matter of fact, it's working for them. The more I'm listening, the more, I'm giving my money. The more I'm doing this, the more I'm losing. And the more they actually having a great time, because I'm putting more in them and I'm putting in more in me. I'm putting more in them than they're putting in me. So it's like, oh, I'm losing. Whereas when I look at history, when I look in life in general, is when you win, I'm supposed to win as well, right? When you guys give me time to listen to my teaching, to my gospel in a way, it's because you want to evolve, you want to self-improve, you want to improve yourself. So you're getting some education, you're getting some game, you're getting some, intelligent understanding, and hopefully you will put that into action. And what do I get out of you? Well, I get your time, I get your comments section and your subscription, right? So I do get that coming from you. But imagine if you just hear and I'm wasting time, I'm talking about nothing, you're not going to stick for too long. You're not going to watch for too long. Why? Because there is really nothing. I'm talking about nothing. And you're really learning nothing. So you're not going to stay, right? But, so I learned that. I realized that, look, I was a good kid, and I was a good kid. I respect that. I listened to what my mama told me. But it never really paid, though. It never got me to the promised land that I can say, yes, I was this, I was a king, I was accommodating. That was nice. I couldn't question no one, But it didn't get me nowhere. Matter of fact, it even made my life worse. And so I realized, I'm like, look, guys, so I realized I was like, no, I'm not gonna do that. From now on, I'm gonna live upon my own law, And since I no longer have faith in anything, and so I no longer have faith in their God, and so I no longer have the faith in the society, because what is the society teaching me? Nothing. They're simply teaching me how to be a bum. They're not really teaching me how to solve a society in a proper way. The only way they want me to solve a society is if I'm a bitch, So I'm like, look, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna if me serving the society means for me to be a bitch and sell my masculinity, then of course I'm not gonna do that. Because I'd rather die. Because then what am I gonna be? If I'm not a masculine man, if I'm not a man, if I'm not really existing in my own being, what else am I gonna be? I can't be a woman. I can't be a chicken. I can't be a dog. I can't be a tiger. I can't be anything. I can only be that which God made me to be, right? So it is these things that I realized and I understood. I was like, okay, since the society is failing, since the morality of the society is failing, in the sense of the great people who seem to be wise are actually dumb, then I'm going to take my own way, then I'm going to choose my own way. But see, I did not choose my own way the way the society of broken men today do. I'm around people, it's just that I have my own philosophy of life. I enjoy people, I be around people, I be around women, I be around men, I be around people, right? But I just do not hate or feel bitter about the society anymore. Why? Because I have the way that I live my life. So I welcome you to join me as well. Start questioning your reality. Are you receiving things that you like, or are you receiving things that your mom told you should like? You know, are you buying the flowers because you want to buy the flowers, or are you buying flowers because you know that if you don't buy flowers and it's Valentine's Day, she's gonna leave, and you're scared for her to leave because you know you rented out. You know you bought her. She ain't yours. Because you know by the time you start putting money in her pocket, you know, that's the time she gonna start being there. And when I say putting money in my pocket, I'm not simply talking about change. I'm talking about food. I'm talking about, names. Like if you have to constantly, like if she likes to be praised, and if you have an innate feeling of, oh, if I don't praise her, if I don't compliment her, she gonna leave. Then you know you're renting her. You know she's not yours. You know her heart. You know she's just tolerating you. So ask yourself those questions. Are the people around me helping me move forward? Or are they just wasting my time? Is the videos I'm watching on YouTube or on TikTok, are they really adding something on my life, or I'm just wasting my life? Because time goes by either way. So I'd rather you do something that is actually bringing you something. Alright guys, so thank you for watching, and if you're new here, please consider liking and subscribing, and I'll see you on the next one.